Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another astrophotography video. So it has been a few weeks, not any fault to anything that went wrong with any of my recordings, but it has been just non-stop rain, clouds, severe storms, just everything under the sun. That's not great for nighttime. So unfortunately, I did, some work here, and just sadly nothing was really piecing together well. There was a few nights where literally it was an hour of good clear skies, and that was it. And then sometimes, depending on where I am, if I'm at work or if I'm at home even, depending on where that tree is, your target is going to be hidden. So it's been a few weeks. Thank you all so much for the support, especially in the first two videos. It's incredible how well those did for being a new channel, so thank you all so much. And that's what I had said previously before. Ignore my bottle of Dayquil in the back. I currently have the flu, which also hasn't helped. Try and get all this stuff done, because the energy to go outside and set all this up is not great when you sadly have the flu. So I've been taking a few days off of pretty much all of my hobbies and just kind of settling down at home, getting some editing done, building some Legos, video games, stuff like that. However, today's target is going to be a pretty cool one. It is a star cluster. So star clusters are not as fun for most people to look at as, let's say, a nebula or a galaxy, and I fall into the same category. They're beautiful to look at, but I tend to pass them up when I'm scanning through everything. If the Orion Nebula is here and a star cluster's here, I'm going after the nebula every time. But I've really wanted to sit down and try and target some more star clusters, not only because they're easier than most targets to get due to their brightness and how close they are to Earth and what they are, essentially just a giant hive mind of stars, but it's also a really beautiful grouping of it's a beautiful collection of stars that don't get a lot of credit, again, because people like me and you pass them up to go look at other things. But today we're going to be covering M44, which is the Beehive cluster. Yes, because they're considered busy bees in terms of the activity levels of the stars. It is approximately 610 light years from Earth, and the apparent magnitude is about 3.7, which means you can see it from Earth with the naked eye, depending on where you are and how clear the night sky is. Obviously, it's a lot different from the naked eye than it is a telescope, binoculars, or an astrophotography camera. As always, I will be using a SEESTAR S50. I will probably go over some of the exposure time and stuff like that as well, just to kind of point out what I did and did not do. But yeah, you'll see it come under the name either Messier or M44, or the Beehive cluster, or as well as Precipice, depending on, I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, but you can see it under any of those three names. I'm sure there's a myriad of others as well, basically right in the heart of Cancer, the constellation. So overall, it is a really good beginner object for you guys to target, whether you're brand new to the hobby or just want to get something that you can pretty much get every single night and at least see. It was more so just how many photos can I get to actually build upon those layers and stack them up and see how they got. So thank you all so much for joining me for another astrophotography video. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you find it helpful, and follow me on Instagram. And I also have now Astrobin linked to my Instagram account as well in my little link tree, so you can go in there and check out all the little projects that I'm working on that I don't necessarily post right away, just because I'm trying to get them like the plate solving and trying to get them stacked and stuff like that. Some of these videos take an ungodly amount of time to stack them up, and weather and health and all that stuff, so it does take a while to make these videos. So I'm sorry there was a pretty big gap in between, but I am happy with how it turned out. Let's get rolling, folks. Alright, so we have it pointed up at our object right now. Pretty clear skies tonight. If you guys don't have like a little Celestron generator or something for it, I use a 20,000 mAh battery. Don't leave it on too long. I usually just charge it up to 100 and then take it off. I'm not sure if it really affects the battery too much. I think it pops up like blue, so I don't want to obviously damage the battery, but it works out pretty well, and 20,000 mAh does really well. The battery on this thing is 6,000, but this little battery pack right here from Amazon really does the trick. I actually forgot to mention this, but I decided to include the astro plating from Astrobin, like the screenshot from that, and you can see two objects that are primarily important. They're going to be extremely faint, but you can kind of see them if you zoom in enough. It is NGC 2637 and NGC 2643. Those are both actually galaxies, which is pretty cool. Again, they're super faint considering they're background objects, and they're extremely far away compared to the Beehive cluster, but they are two really cool points points in this actual photo that I just wanted to at least address to you guys. I forgot it in the intro, and I figured I would do it now.